EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Frank, he could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And, Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
This is a good-looking shot. That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Frank, you need to be a bit of a rock climber just to get to this second tee. 445-yard hole. What a view. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
And with that birdie, moving into the top 5 on the leaderboard.
And we're starting to notice the name.
All right, Frank, describe the third hole.
Well, it's a par 3 with a bit of a tabletop green, Rich. Some bunkers right and left of that, but also it's going to play a little bit further. This tee shot is uphill, unlike the opening 2 holes. So a 3 here, and that certainly won't hurt the scorecard. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
About 25 feet from the cup. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. So a drop shot here at the third hole, Frank.
Yeah, another putt missed.
Right about 9 feet here to the hole. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Even par early on. And we pick up action at the 4th. Early in the round and playing reasonably well. Nothing great, but has certainly not given a whole lot away.
Yeah, and actually a good position to really springboard the round from here.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. The bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So long for now. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship.
Well, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Second shot coming out of the rough here. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Right, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. Good try. Just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Drops for a par. Stepping up to the shot here at the 9th, it's a par 4, 390 yards.
It is anything other than straight off the tee because of all these sort of undulations and curvature on the fairway. You'd think well bunkered, but the last bunker on the right side there, longer hitters, they can nearly fly that, just over 300 yards. Either that, shorter hitter just play to that fat area of the green. That'll be sort of some, 270 yards. That will take all the water out of play into a green that slopes back at you. So very good chance, even with a wedge in hand, to get the ball close. A good way to finish the front 9.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Well, maybe next time. He needs this for par. Good putt. Excellent front side. Trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going? Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
That is a fantastic long shot.
There's no way he could hit that without a tail breeze. Surely that breeze had to help there.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Tough start to the backside, Frank.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well, too. You start losing confidence with the putter early on.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
On to the 11th hole, we're looking downhill, 215 yards to the green.
And this is one of the holes that you realize you're at Wolf Creek. You would never see this hole anywhere else in the world. It's amazing when you stand on this tee. You see all of the canyons around, but there is a little green area down there surrounded by a couple of bunkers. It's a great-looking par 3. It measures 215 yards. Very playable, and you never know. Today might be the day where you make birdie.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
So just a formality here. Solid par. Third round coverage comes your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo and our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. Now to the 14th hole, and Frank, this is probably the best par 4 here at Wolf Creek.
It's certainly the hole that they take the most photographs on, Rich, and you can see why. Great vantage point of the whole golf course. The hole's just sort of littered with bunkers down the left side, so you know where not to go once again. Go to the right side of that. Hole just keeps sort of hooking around that left side. It plays under 450 yards. It's fun. Just sort of draw it a little off the tee, draw it a little into the green, and you'll be fine.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Locked in on the read and the speed. The impressive goes to 3 under with that birdie for the tournament. Now to the par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. Frank, this is the shortest hole on the course.
And their version of a postage stamp type hole, minus the bunkers on the right side. Green elevated, falls off as you can see down the left side. Club selection is vital, but it is such a short hole. It's very, very tempting, especially when that flag's on the left side, to still go at it. But you miss this green on the left, and you are going to be considerably lower than the level of this green.
Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good effort and good par putt. Short par 4, 16th hole, measures only 393 yards. But Frank, as is the case with pretty much every hole, despite the yardage, there's plenty of trouble.
It does. It plays tricks on the mind's eye here. It looks like it's a dog leg going one way, then back the other way. But really, it's built as a straight hole just across the canyon. And that's the way you've got to play it. I don't think you can drive the green. Even the longest hitters at 393 yards. But just a nice drive down there. Take the bunkers on, get it past there. And before you know it, you've got a little wedge in here. And it should set up nicely for a birdie.
See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
So a tester from 4 feet.
It doesn't go in, you got to add another one to the scorecard.
And that's where the golf ball's just staring at you.
Oh, yeah.
Mocking you and laughing.
You know deep down it's smiling too, don't you?
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now to the 17th, par 5 here at Wolf Creek Golf Club.
Yeah, dogleg left, tee shot obviously has to be played short of that creek down there. It's still going to be a reachable hole, even though this hole's sort of around the 550, 560 mark. But because you've got to play short of that stream, it's going to leave a lengthy second shot, and you've got to get the distance right on the button.
No fairway here. This one in that rough. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. And hard to control out of the rough.
Looks a little left.
Frank not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Doing what needs to be done. You need to make it from that distance. Now the closing hole here at Wolf Creek. Frank, what's ahead of us?
You could try and drive at this green, but there's too much trouble, really, Rich. Even though this hole's just over 300 yards, it's very ambitious to try and drive it across that water. Some might try. Most people try and hit a tee shot 240, 250 yard mark, and of course, if you do the maths, you only going to have 60 or 70 yards in, and well, they want you to finish on a good note. So good drive in the fairway here, or 3-wood. Pitch it on the green, make a 3, and buy your friends a drink in the clubhouse.
Did a nice job with that putt. Good read, good speed. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Frank, you've navigated so many leaderboards in your career. This is the way to do it, isn't it?
Oh, there's plenty of holes ahead too, Rich. 3rd place, a really good position to be playing from here on in.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. Frank, which way is this headed?
Well, judging by his body English, looks like it's heading a little right. There is a bit of green out there, though.
What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in 1. Well, this one's tracking. And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it.
Frank, describe the layout here at the 14th hole. It's 444 yards, and what a beautiful hole.
It is, and it's a beautiful view. You see everything from the top of that tee there. It's a hole that keeps bending to the left. There's enough bunkers down the left there to actually take your eye. That's why you've got to fixate on something in the distance that's a much better line than worrying about that wall of sand down the left side.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Will make birdie if this drops. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Now to the short par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. What is this, Frank? Just a wedge or a 9-iron?
That's all, Rich, but it's very tempting to get greedy here. And, well, you pay the price, obviously, if you miss the green on the left down on those bunkers because they're a good 6-7 feet below the level of the green. But with a wedge or a 9-iron, who doesn't go aiming at the flag?
Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well. But that's a good par there, Rich.
From a short par 3 to a short par 4. Just 393 yards here at the 16th, Frank.
And when you stand on this tee, this hole looks anything other than straight. Goes to the left and comes back to the right. But if you can just fixate at the green in the distance, you're actually going to look like a relatively straight par 4. And that's the way the hole should be played. Look at those first 2 bunkers that you see and just try and split those. Good tee shot here and nothing more than a wedge left into this green. Simplify it. That's the key.
That will be a great look at birdie. Now a 7-footer. That is some good work right there. Birdie and 1 shot closer to the lead. Frank, this is really a cool closing stretch here at Wolf Creek. Short par 3 15th, the short 4 at the 16th, and now the par 5 17th. You can make up some ground in a hurry as you come down the finishing stretch.
You certainly can. A good drive short of the little stream creek that runs across there, and this is doable as a 2-shotter. You find the bunkers or trouble off the tee, then obviously you're forced to lay up, leaving that 3rd shot across the water. But really a fun hole if you want to try and take that 2nd shot on.
Making it look easy at this point. Another beautiful approach shot. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. Oh, I thought he had that. Frank, can't fault him there, trying to make an eagle.
It's a rare bird, but the pleasure of making one, well worth the effort.
Putting up some impressive numbers out here now. 9 under for the tournament. Finishing hole here at Wolf Creek is only 307 yards. Frank, where's the trouble here?
Short and to the right of this par 4. Really, there's a multitude of options off this tee. You could hit an iron, you could hit a fairway wood. Even some might try and hit a driver, but that's a little too risky. There's too many problems up ahead if you try and take this hole on. Really a short club off the tee, leaving yourself some area of 100, 70 yards, and you're going to be putting for birdie more often than not.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Never a doubt, looking to make a statement today. So another tournament in the books, Frank, and what'd you make of this one?
Quality venue once again, Rich. The standard of courses we're seeing is excellent, and consequently it's enabling the players to really play some great golf. So I think golf's the winner today.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good parts.
Clean this up with a tap. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Fifth hole, and we pick up the action. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically.
Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards. Should be safely on deck.
That is a beauty, a real beauty. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Now at the sixth hole here at Banff Springs, it's a short par 4, only 373 yards, and the short par 4, Frank, all the rage in golf course architecture these days.
A lot more strategy involved when you've got a hole that you can nearly reach with a tee shot. It's how far back do you leave it, what sort of distance you want that second shot. All those things to compute. Straightforward, a little bit uphill. Basically, it's what you want for your second shot.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Safely aboard. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Hit it. Good stroke right there. That's a par and stays at 1 under. Now to the second par 5 on this opening 9. Frank, this is a pretty long hole, 602 yards.
Well, it's called hoodoo. Do you know what hoodoo means? It means bad luck, actually, so you don't really want to be thinking about that on this tee shot. 602 yards, if you belt one off the tee, you might avoid the bad luck.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank.
Second shot.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle
5. 602-yard par 5, 7th hole, Frank. I'm guessing you want to take the big stick out and let it rip here.
Saw Rory McIlroy hit his tee shot here. So far, he had an iron in.
But he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
His swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Moves into the top 10 with that birdie. There you have it, Frank. First round is complete. What are your thoughts, partner?
Rich, I think anyone inside the current top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly well placed to go on and take this championship.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. It's second round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. And it makes the green in regulation. Birdie putt coming up. A par on this hole yesterday. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Here at the 12th, par 4, 442 yards. Frank, what's ahead?
This one's called Big Boat. Hole's certainly a lot longer than the 10th hole, which is Little Boat. Dog legs to the player's right. A couple of bunkers down the left side. That first bunker on the left shouldn't be too much of a problem to carry. But once again, even though the hole bends to the right, you'd like to be down the opposite side of the fairway, which is the left.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. This is an 11-foot putt. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Has this now for bogey. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Frank, you know what gets me about this game? Here a person makes a legitimate effort, makes a good stroke, and that ball spins around and is just laughing at the player. And now what's left, you could breathe on that ball. It counts the same as a 300-yard drive. It's not right.
But it's the beauty of the game.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Obviously, Frank, you want to hit good shots at a place like this, but you also want to take some shots. You want to snap off a few pictures because it's breathtaking.
I thought you were talking about big game hunting there, were you saying you don't want to shoot these animals, they're beautiful. No, yeah, it is. It's wonderful to come up here and play golf.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Good birdie right there.
Yeah, this game, when you can't win, it's all about top 10s, top 20s. And currently, that's exactly where they stand. I'm loving that balance.
Good strike.